Scratch Garden explained the 5 W's pretty well, but I'll go into a little more depth. The first is, of course, who. This is the person or group of people to which the story is happening. Readers love stories that focus on people. The who keeps it real. The story isn't happening to some nameless, faceless person, but to Amy, to Ahmed, or to Andy, to someone in your community. Readers want to know who is involved, who is affected, who is going to benefit. And one of the journalist's favorite questions, who is getting screwed? All these questions tie back to the impact of the story, one of the things that makes it newsworthy. And if the who is a famous person, then you have the prominence factor as well. Next is what. This is what gives the story substance. Now, stories do get dry and dull pretty quickly if they focus too much on the what, which is why they work great when paired with who. Our third W is when. We already talked about how one of the basic values of newsworthiness is immediacy. Timeliness is essential to every story. Readers want to know when events happened or will happen, and how long they lasted or are expected to last. Where is our next W that ties into the proximity news value. The closer the event, the more relevant it is to readers. If that candy shop we talked about earlier was in the neighboring state, or even in the neighboring town, it would be less relevant to our readers, even with its other news values. Our last W is why. Finding explanations as to why something happened can be difficult, but that's what makes the news meaningful. Finally, we have our little straggler, how. How stories often require detailed explanation and are sometimes omitted to save space. But readers do love a good how-to story, from how to decorate your house for Valentine's Day to how to keep your outdoor plants blooming during the summer heat. And as we learned on our last slide, every story, whether a made-up one or a factual journalistic story, needs a who, what, when, where, why, and how. I encourage you to read the blog post, 5 W's and 1 H, The Secret to Complete News Stories, under the Additional Resources section in Sakai. It explains how the 5 W's and 1 H can help with your writing using the story of the 3 Little Pigs as an example.